Hello there, how are you? Good afternoon. I am Danny Henderson. I am the founder of the Galactic and Spiritual Informers Connection, which brings you the up-to-date information on what is happening on planet Earth and the solar system from the mouths and the experiences of those who actually are committed and completely physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually involved in the things on our Earth that you are not told, and that the powers that think they are resist and keep from us. So let me tell you something. We, at this stage of this ascension, our beautiful planet is ascending. We're ascending with her. It's like everyone's getting an upgrade, rebooted on many different levels. And we really need to be watching things that feed our souls and nourish us and aren't scaremongering or, celebrity based, and because they're just distractions. So I wanted to share with you as a means to help channels that I watch. I'm going to share them with you because but I'm going to share the channels I watch with you, but I will preface it by saying I don't agree with every single guest that all these people have on. I don't agree with every single thing that these people say. And what I will tell you is this: I absolutely, truly, my hands to the gods, believe this, that every single sacred document, experience has ever been recorded has a level of deliberate corruption in it. And I think that the game that's being played out on the planet between all the religions, all the languages, all the spiritualities, all the systems, all the truths, all the this is a bad demon, that's a good God, all of that has a deliberate peppering of darkness within it. I truly have come in my life to believe that. For example, one woman I watch, I find her fascinating. She's a brilliant resource for what happens in the satanic religion that pervades at the top of our planet. That's what they're all into. They worship Satan and Lucifer, and we're in a time that we know of Revelations, biblical time. And if we're not able to admit that, well, then I don't know what else to tell you, because you must be missing something or eating too many foods with ingredients that aren't serving your beautiful, brilliant brain, which allows you to think. But this girl, she talks about certain demonics, and one of them she says is Thoth or Jehuti, and I simply do not believe that. But she was trained in the satanic system that this is a demon, and so we have to remember as well, there are two Jesus, there are two Archangel Michaels, there's a dark to every light. There is a dark to every light. Again, this is part of the matrix, the game, the simulation, the video game that we are all part of. Call it what you like. It doesn't really matter. The fact is you're in it, and you're in it to win it. The power that wins it is love. Of course it is. But that love comes on different levels. Like, you got to have a bit of passion in your love as well, like I do, clearly. And that passion is a driver. That passion to love for self and humanity is what propels a being such as myself to take action, to use my voice, to use my brain, my noggin, to think things out. And when I'm wrong, and I have been, to own it. We're human, we're figuring it out. What level do I want to get to next? What level of the game am I on now? What floor am I on? Do I want to go for that reward? Do I need a reward? Do I need to look good in front of my contemporaries? No, I'm an individual thinker. I don't need to look good in front of anybody. I know some people do, but I don't give a rat's about it, because I'm not here for that. I'm here to seek truth. I'm here to find out what works and resonates in this vessel, because we're all made a little bit differently, hence our difference in fingerprinting, for example, right? These physical signatures, these road marks, these maps that each of us internalize, our own schematic, our own blueprint that creates a collective energy frequency as a humanity, but there's an individual journey. So as you have all come from God, the creator, whatever name you want to give that. And once you start feeling in the body that rage, it says, well, his name's Allah, his name is Jehovah, his name is Hashem, his name is Yahweh, his name is Yeshua, his name is this and that, Jilly, Bobby, Blubby, Blubby. And again, see the trigger. Oh, how dare you say Billy, Blubby, Blobby? I do, because I fear you not. I feareth you not it. I'm not sinning by speaking my mind. It's my mind that God gave me. And he gave it to me, or she gave it to me, or it gave it to me to use. Same as you. How are the people doing down there in the audience? It's on their phone. That's good. I quite like this little setup here. I thought it'd be quite funny to use for you to share some of the shows that I'm going to share with you. So again, anyway, we're on our journey, and you know, I think any system out there that says if you do this, then you're a sinner, pay me money, and you'll get into the pearly gates, it's a complete load of bollocks. Bullshitio. Again, it's okay. It's okay to say these things. It's okay to have courage. And I'm a woman, a white woman, and I'm showing my hair. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. It's okay. We're allowed. We're allowed. We're allowed. Because we decide. We decide. A system that compresses and depresses a civilization is not a system I want to be part of. Or unless you're part of the 150 little scumbags that put themselves in positions that run and harm and genocide my planet. But apart from that, let's carry on, shall we? I'd love to share with you. I recently found this guy. I know a lot of you know him. Again, I don't agree with every single guest he has or every single thing he says, and that's all right. Not criticizing him. I'm actually promoting him because I want to share on my channel as many great people that can give you information to help yourself connect all the pieces for you in this life. Alex Ferrari. His name's Alex Ferrari, and his broadcast on YouTube is called Next Level Soul. Next Level Soul. Next Level Soul. Alex Ferrari. And the only reason I saw him was because one of my best mates, Nikki Allen, the great psychic medium, she went on his show. Of course, I watch her stuff, and she's the most beautiful, vibrant ray of sunshine with a great story, a tragic story that's joyous now. And she was a speaker at our conference, the Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection, did a 2.5-hour beautiful show. Testimony took us all up to the heavenly plane, the angelic plane. It was just so wonderful. And Nikki Allen was invited on that channel. And I'm like, oh, Alex Ferrari, let's see what he's doing today. So Alex Ferrari is a really good resource for lots of different types of individuals. I do not believe everything they say. I feel, I listen, and I question, and I invite you to do the same. Now, another one. Now, these guys are fascinating. Now, there's a YouTube channel, and it's called The Reveal Report. Hang on, excuse me, madam. I can't help it. CATT. Excuse me, madam, in the audience. Stop talking. Anyway, The Reveal Report. There's a man, his name is George Iceman. Oh, he's such a little passion pants. The Lord Jesus Christ, the Lord Almighty. And he's so passionate about his love for God and for Jesus. And it's very endearing. And he really is a passionate man. He loves to do his research. He works hard on putting good presentations together. It's Friday today. I'm going to put this out tonight. And I'll come to the lady in a minute. They normally put their reveal report out on a Friday night on YouTube. The reveal report says George Iceman. Now, he used to be in the black, dark occult, the magic with a K. So George was in occult practices. He was very much going down into the depths of magic and training, and found God, the Lord, as he refers, and Jesus, and now works very hard to bring information on the darkness, on the occult, but from his very religious views, which of course he's entitled to, and they drive him, you know, and he's very passionate, and he gets out of his pram on certain things, and he's allowed to get out of his pram. It's his show, it's his channel. The girl he works with, the lady he works with, her name is Jessie Zabotar. It's a C-Z-E-B-O-T-A-R, or American is C-Z-E-B-O-T-A-R, Zabotar. Just this beautiful, earthy woman who I learned from her on the Reveal Report and on other channels, but mostly on with her and George. I learned from Jessie Zabotar about the confirmation of the Mothers of Darkness, which I'd always known something about in the past, but never had someone say in a very congruent manner that there are women at the very top of the satanic situation that we are basically living with on this planet. And whether you believe it or not, I really don't mind. That's fine. You don't need to watch this. You can move on and watch something else. Maybe the Kardashians is on, or something called Netflix, whatever. But there's definitely a hierarchical, dark to the light and the beauty on this planet. And there's this bunch of bitches, and they are called the mothers of darkness, and they are the most vile, corrupt, cannibalistic, murdering, infanticiding, horrific crones. And Jessie Zabota was being trained to become one. Of course, they're born into it. Something else we have to be aware of. These people, the sociopathic, psychopathic, soulless ones, they are born into this. So there's no choice for them. They're born on in, and then they, do what they do. So if you want more insight into that kind of understanding, that I do believe Jessie Zabota has lived that. I totally do believe. Now, I don't agree with everything she says, but I don't have the experience that she does. But remember I said earlier, every single, in my humble opinion, doctrine, document, book, thinking system on this planet has an element of a lie, because we are all in a game. If we're all given the full truth and we don't have the capacity to work that truth out, thus getting to another level in the game, if you want to call it that. It's not funny at all. I don't make any jokes about being in a video game or a simulation, but it's a good way sometimes to masterfully mind think through, what is this that I am in, that I am born in, that I am living, witnessing, and trying to navigate. So I recommend the Reveal Report, Jessie Zabota and George Eisman. He always makes me smile because he just gets so passionate. And I love that in a person, when somebody so believes everything they say. And you're allowed to watch that kind of a person, look at the passion and the energy that he seriously, genuinely puts into bringing truth out there, and like I said, even if we don't all, believe it or resonate with it, because I don't, but it's not going to stop me promoting the Reveal Report on my channel, because that's what we should be doing. We have a duty of care. If we've got a platform, we have a duty of care to each other, to be sharing each other. And there's all this arguing and fighting. We know that. We've all done it. Those of us with channels, we've all been doing it. And the people that come on and they're on all the same channels, stirring up nonsense. I see you all. It's just, I guess part of the game we're in. But the Reveal Report. Now, let me also tell you about another channel I love. And I've been on it 2 or 3 times now. There is a channel called Aquarius Rising Africa. Aquarius Rising Africa. And the lady on there, her name is Chantel Mayberg, or Chantel Mayberg, and she works with a beautiful angelic, he looks like the Archangel Michael. His name is Mornay. I think it's Mornay Ventnor. And so Chantel Mayberg runs this channel, Aquarius Rising Africa. She's one of the bravest broadcasters out there, as far as I'm concerned. She goes into levels of dark that I have rarely seen on BoobTube, on the BoobTube platform, the YouTube platform. Some of her guests include Jessie Zabota also, but she's been talking to this man. His name is Caleb, and you ever see his face? Caleb. Oh my God. Again, you know how when you've grown up, you've been around darkness and horror and murder and serial killers and alcoholism and horrific violence and societies and groups, and you've known things have happened, like I have. Everything I've just described, I've lived. Everything I've just described, I have lived. What someone like Caleb is doing for me as an individual broadcaster, I'm actually a qualified journalism, but it doesn't matter. I still have a big mouth and passion. So whether I was qualified as a journalist or not is really nothing to do with what I'm telling you. Caleb is bringing levels of dark, behind the scenes thinking and practice, occult practice, sacred ancestral practice, things with diamonds, things with crystals, the darkest dark. And I just want to salute you, Shanti. I admire you so much, how brave you are to host and take such good care of Caleb. Guys, again, I'm highly promoting Aquarius Rising Africa, the YouTube channel. They have a backup one as well, because they were taken down, of course, because BoobTube smiteth all of thee who tell the truth, because they're shitting themselves now, because they can't whack-a-mole everybody. You know, there's too many of us speaking out against the dark. So Chantal is working with Caleb, and Jesse's a boater, and she also brings on a lot of other children who are now adults, who have gone through the satanic abuse, corruption and horror that does exist. It does exist. It still exists. It's happening now. It'll happen tonight. It'll happen next week, you know, until we, the people that come from love for our brothers and our sisters, have culled this planet of the darkness that dared to enslave it. That's what time it is. Okay, so the reveal report: Alex Ferrari, next level soul, next level soul, Alex Ferrari, and Aquarius Rising Africa. Her backup channel is called Soul Lutions. Soul Lutions. And that's Chantal Mayberg from Aquarius Rising Africa. I also really don't want you to forget about Tim Ballard and Operation Underground Railroad. Operation Underground Railroad. And you know, when that great film came out recently, The Truth of How They Traffic Our Children, especially in the third world countries, and the great work that Tim Ballard has done, there was a hatchet job done on him with just really, really filthy low-enders believing and saying that they were actually the traffickers. You know, because that's what dog ends do. That's what low one-celled amoebas do. So let us not forget about the children that are not for sale. Let us not forget that every week there's another horror, another distraction. Let us also not forget, while we're remembering Operation Underground Railroad, Tim Ballard and his team around the world that go in and rescue these beautiful children from horrors that we could never even imagine. Let's not forget Lahaina. Let us not take our eyes off Lahaina, because the scumbags that hit that island with the DEW, they want the ancestral energy. They want all of that area. They're going to put a memorial. No, they're not. They're not going to do that. The people decide what they do with their land. And they only want to put a memorial in some place there. They don't care about the people that burned to death. They couldn't care less. They want that land. They want to encapsulate their energy on that land. So let us not forget, I'll be having Alfie Baserto back on my channel soon. He's a man, boots on the ground in Lahaina. Do you know what he did? He bought land. He's got a website called rebuildmaui.org. Rebuildmaui.org. And he is gifting that land for people to live in tiny homes and dome homes, rent-free for up to 3 years. Now, people like Alfie Baserto are the real leaders on the planet. He sees all his brothers and sisters in Lahaina dying, burning. He lost his house too. His house burnt to the ground. What is the man doing? He's looking at his brothers and his sisters and he's saying, how can I help you? That is a leader. That is a leader. So he's coming back on. It's interesting today because I saw a little boy in England, and he's in the back of the car and he's like, Mum, I got a part in the nativity, because Britain, you know, all the kids, they do the nativity, Joseph and Mary and the baby Jesus, you know, we've all done it. You know, 1 year I was the angel and my brother was the star, and it's very much a program in the UK. And this little boy is saying, Mum, I got a classic part. I play the part of third door opener. And his mum says, okay, how do you feel? He went, and the little boy's like, I say, get in. And it was so sweet. Anyway, he ends up on the most popular morning daytime show in England called This Morning, sitting there on the sofa. And then this dear little boy, it was so sweet. So they're playing look, he got a real underdog part, but they're bigging him up, which is wonderful, right? Because it makes all the kids, they're only little. They don't need to learn too hard at 4 and 5, right? In my opinion. I used to be a nursery nurse, so I'm a bit soft on the kids. But then they're like, oh, yeah, but then it went all around the world because Khloe Kardashian saw it and posted it. And then that's the yardstick. That becomes the measurement that we're brainwashed in society. Like, oh, if the Kardashians see it, or if these actors that are out there that have been positioned in the positions they're in, or the sports people, that becomes a measurement of value that humanity is then supposed to take on. And the people that hurt the worst are our children and our teenagers. Measuring yourself against a celebrity that gets their bum and their boobs out and they've got all this money, that is not a measurement of worth and value. Surely to God, we know that. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that, the kind of imbalance. I also wanted to mention that there's an Elon Musk video out there. I get the arse with Elon Musk myself. I mean, I haven't met him yet. I want to sit down with him. I haven't managed to do that yet, but, I'm going to keep trying, of course, because why not? Why not would I be able to have a chat with Elon Musk and he with me? I've got some stuff to run by him. One of the things that bugs me is that we know that Mars already has colony on it. And again, for those of you that snigger, that's a program that you have from birth to always think that people that talk about other planets and space are stupid and people that believe in aliens are completely mad. That's a program. You were brainwashed. It's a program in you. I've deleted mine because I've seen them with my own eyes. Yeah, no drugs, no drink, no hallucinations, wasn't in the funny farm. So all that shite that we were programmed to stay away from is now in our faces. Hence me trying to promote other people's platforms, which gives you beautiful crossover on so many different things. Elon Musk, I get pissed off with him because he is not telling the truth about Mars. He knows there is Earth military on Mars. Maybe he's not allowed to, otherwise he can't get his rockets up there. And why is he firing rockets? Why the hell are we wasting time firing rockets? What a waste of money and time. Rocket thrusters to carry the rocket. And I say that also because I have a background in the space industry, just in case anybody wishes to criticize that. Anyway, Elon Musk, so it's good, you get to see another, he's a little bit Asperger's, and that's fine. A lot of people that are really smart are. But anyway, I would, it was, what was that thing called? It was a something book event. Just look up his last interview that he did. It's like an hour and a half. And he's with a journalist guy. It's a New York Times or Washington Post thing, but the background is a light blue background. It's called something, the book review or something like that, but you'll find it. It's there. It's just come out yesterday, I think. Okay, another Elon Musk, one of the things that he's worried about is AI, the security risk in AI. Now, some of AI is going to be absolutely amazing, but these men and women who are allowing us to become threatened and vulnerable. I mean, I don't know how they think they're not going to be hurt by AI, by robotics, by things that they're doing that could actually hurt them too. They're not exempt from it. You see, when people grow up with way too much money and they're not clipped and they start messing with humanity because they don't care about us en masse, the whole mass, they don't care about us. They make mistakes, they make errors, but they're not exempt from it. It makes me laugh at like the dim-witted thinking of the, those that think they're elites. But anyway, something to ponder on the AI there. Another channel I love is my friend Karina Pataki. Karina Pataki has a platform that's growing and it's called QUEST4TRUTH. Now, again, I don't agree with every single thing that is said on that channel. I don't agree with every single guest, same as my guests. It doesn't matter. We don't have to all approve everyone's guess. And I think if we do stand in judgment like that, then we are needing to have a look at our ego. Like most people have a bigger channel than me. Good for you. Well done. Thank you. I hope you are using it well. I hope you're inviting good people on. I hope you're really putting good stuff out into the field, because I think if we have a channel that hasn't been taken down yet or struck down yet, we've got a duty of care to our brothers and our sisters. Hang on a sec. Excuse me, sir. Put your feet down. Dear, oh dear. I don't think I can use this background again in the studio here. It's far too distracting for me. It really, really is. Anyway, let me just catch up here. Michael Sala, my lovely friend, Dr. Michael Sala. He is, again, 30-year veteran in bringing a full disclosure report on the military programs, dark programs, black programs. He works with the beautiful JP, who is an insider army informer. And there is so much information that comes off Dr. Michael Sala's channel that I know firsthand that Space Command, Space Force, certain white hats all fully support that man. They all fully support Dr. Michael Sala, and for good reason. And for good reason. So I would recommend his channel too. It's just drmichaelsala.com. And again, he's got a library of books he's written. He is so good. On a Saturday, all of us are really busy, and Dr. Michael Sala does a roundup of the week's events. He does a lot of tweeting on Twitter, and he does a roundup of the week. He pulls some of the most prolific stories in media of that week, and he basically blows it up on a Saturday morning on his channel. So if you want a quick recce, a quick catch up on what is happening geopolitically, exopolitically, world, etc., current events that matter to us, humanity, as we are more awakened to our galactic present and future, our galactic brothers and sisters, our star gathering brothers and sisters that are happening, that have already happened on the planet. I'm talking inner Earth, I'm talking on the surface, I'm talking in the skies, I'm talking the American space fleet, I'm talking the American space fleet, which is called Solar Warden. Old news to most of us, new news to some of you. Solar Warden is a guardianship space fleet, and most of the countries on our planet, the militaries, have signed accords, and they all go into space and they dock on to the motherships that is part of the Solar Warden, and it is to protect our planet. They work, of course, in tandem with our extraterrestrial brothers and sisters, the good ones that look like you and me. Whatever color skin you've got, there's an extraterrestrial brother that looks like you. Black, white, yellow, red, blue, whatever color, pick a color, same color as us, all up there as well. Some of them look a bit stranger than we do, but God, do we look strange to some of them. Of that you can be sure. Now let me just double check. I think I've said everything I want to say. A quick update. Again, I do not agree with every guest or even the hosts of the channels that I'm happily promoting. I don't, okay? But I am going to share, as a duty of care to you, other places you can go to get an education on what is going on. If I had to pick one channel out of Dr. Michael Sala, Alex Ferrari, the Reveal Report, Aquarius, Rising Africa, the Tom Ballard Railroad, if I had to choose one right now that I think is the most important information in understanding things that we've never heard, most of us, then it's going to be Chantal Mayberg and Mornay Ventier, who run the channel Aquarius Rising Africa. I cannot support them enough. Now, they went down. They've been building up their audience. They were taken down because of all the information. BoobTube only pick on people who are putting out the truth. Yeah. If you want to know who to watch, watch those being attacked. And also, remember that we all see the comments. We see the comments. We know the ones jumping on this channel, that channel. It's just ridiculous. You as an individual, my love, you need to focus on your own healing right now. Your own healing, internal healing. Don't be getting in gangs and gossiping, because when the shit hits the fan, and it is, you're going to be left standing on your own, because this is an individual journey of healing. So I will warn you, Chantel's channel, Aquarius Rising Africa, you are going to hear things that are mind-bending, literally mind-bending. And this beautiful beloved Caleb, I think it is Caleb James, just I can't even tell you the things that this little boy went through, but with his own natural psychic ability. Again, so many kids who are gifted, they're found and selected so early on in life, then they're put into programs and they're monitored. So I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for your time, if you're still here, and sending my love. And I'm going to do my book. I'm going to read a story in my next broadcast on my book, Angels, Demons, and Aliens, that came out. These are the species that I have grown up with, fighting, connecting with in physical form. As physical as I am, I've met all of these species here. And I'm going to read another story, again, trying to help you cross through the boundaries and to read something that maybe you too have experienced. Or I'm going to read you the story. I called it The Man with the Bulging Eyes. Sometimes when we see a spirit, we've had a demonic connection, we've seen something that terrified us as a child or even an adult. Our first instinct is to fear. And I'm going to share with you a story where the fear was not necessary. And during listening to the story, you'll understand why. And that's my next broadcast on my channel, Dani, D-A-N-I, Dani Henderson. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank my lovely audience down there. Oh, is it bad to laugh at your own jokes? I think so. Anyway, lots of love. I'll see you soon.